Hey there, happy days. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Our idiom today is how to use, and it's of course, any friend of yours is a friend of mine, to supersize and grow your business. This is one of those cliches and idioms that they're not sure what the origin is of it, but probably people's experience, right? Because we've all had friends of friends that become our friends. Any friend of yours is a friend of mine. We tend to trust the people that are friends of our friends, the people that we love and trust and care about. Their friends and relatives tend to become our friends and relatives as well. That's how our tribes grow. That's how our organizations grow. That's how our businesses grow, right? There's so many ways that friends can help us build our business. And it's fun to do business with friends, right? We do business with people that we want to serve, that we like to do business with. So there's how many ways to do business with friends. There's sharing people's testimonials attracts a lot of people to our business. Sharing their success stories attracts people like them as well as their friends and relatives to our organization, to our business. So that's one way we can supersize our business. Another way is through word of mouth. Word of mouth by far will always be the greatest way to share your business. It'll be the most valuable because people trust the word of their friend. People even trust the words of strangers more than they trust what you say about your business. So word of mouth referrals, friends referring their friends to us, friends referring their colleagues and acquaintances to us, is a great source of business and new business and continued growing business. And when we serve those people well, as we serve all of our customers, they will become lifelong customers of ours as well. And we'll get friends of their friends. Now, any friend of yours is a friend of mine works most of the time. Does it work all the time? Absolutely not. I discovered this when I learned that there are exceptions to every guideline, every rule, everything on the planet. And one of those is any friend of yours is a friend of mine. I learned that any friend of my husband's wasn't necessarily a friend of mine. My ex-husband's, not my current, I don't have a current husband, but my ex-husband's. And every friend of a friend isn't necessarily your friend. Some people are very competitive and they don't want to be your friend, and they don't want your friend to be your friend anymore. I think many of us have had situations like that as well. And in business, we see this even more. Competition and people that are in the same businesses tend to, instead of collaborating and working together, which is a great way to supersize and grow your business, by the way, tend to view one another as competition, and they don't collaborate. They tend to try to destroy one another. So a friend of a friend in the industry isn't necessarily a friend. So what are different levels of friendship? I looked this up because I was just curious. And like everything else, there's all different information and all different versions of the information that you're looking for. So I stumbled across levels of friendship. Of course, there were 2 levels of friendship, 3 levels of friendship, 4 levels of friendship, 5, 6, and I would actually argue 7 levels of friendship. And it's the same as levels of customers or customer relationships, right? These friendship levels could be equated to how we interact with different people that, you know, could be our customers. So total strangers is the first level. People that would be considered super cold traffic, people we've never met. Everybody on the planet is a total stranger, right? At first, and they don't even know about our business. They're not aware of it. Our business might not even be for them. So total strangers is the first category. Second category is a colleague, someone that you work with, somebody that you interact with or have interacted with, somebody in your same industry, maybe that you've actually never met, but you consider them a colleague just because you know that they're in a similar business or they have similar interests at you. Third is an acquaintance, somebody that you have interacted with, maybe somebody you've met or talked with on social media. Friendship is the fourth level of friendship, when you actually know and interact with another human being. So that's actually, a little past the beginning of the relationship, but friendships take all degrees of connection and relationship, right? Fifth is a close friend, somebody that you consider a close friend, somebody maybe that you talk to or in a mastermind group with, that you interact with on a regular basis. And regular is defined by you. Maybe you only have somebody that you consider a close friend. They were a close friend in college, but you only talk to them maybe every 6 months or once a month or even just once a year, but you still consider them a close friend, and knowing that if you ever needed anything, you could call upon them and they would be glad to help you. The 6th level is family. And I say the 7th level is your significant other. I think there's a level of intimacy that we have with our significant other that's different than we have with our family. So I personally say there's 7 levels of friendship, although I didn't see that it was family and significant other as the 6th level of friendship. But I think that there's all different levels, and you can define things the way that you want. Now, how is that useful in using and growing your business? Well, knowing the different levels of relationship applies to the different levels we apply to our customers. A total stranger, again, is a super cool customer, someone you've never met. A colleague, someone in your industry. An acquaintance, someone that you might have interacted with or talked to vaguely on social media, and so they're aware of you, your business, and what you do. A friendship is somebody that you interact with a lot on social media or in the real world when we get to do that, that might need your products or services, or you would consider their advice on a friend of a friend as a potential client for you. Usually acquaintances and colleagues, those are situations where you want to do a little more research. You want to do a little more digging. We always need to do our due diligence in everything, right? Not just in our businesses, but in our life. Just because somebody considers someone a friend doesn't necessarily mean that they'll be a friend to you or a good fit for you and your business. So we always use our intuition. But as we go up the scale and we become more involved with person, and the more we know them, the better we know them, the stronger the relationship, the more likely it is that a friend of theirs would be a friend of ours as well. So I'm curious, has anybody got experience with this? What are some of your experiences? I definitely do. What are some of your experiences with a friend of a friend becoming an awesome customer and a lifelong client of yours? I have actually hundreds of those people that have been friends of friends that are now my clients, and I consider close friends or friendships or colleagues, and colleague in a positive way, people that I would collaborate with and do business with. From all the categories, I've had people in all those categories of friendship become part of my business and part of the different businesses I've been involved in. So I'd love to know your experience with this. Share in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. What does it mean? Where does it come from? And how might you use it in your business right now? Take care.